Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. If you remember in the last video, we were going over lots of dairy-free and gluten-free alternatives. We got through the cheese section last week, and this week we are going to be going over the rest of my dairy-free and gluten-free alternatives. Let's get started. Okay, next up we have some toppings that are dairy-free. So Trader Joe's has some of the best vegan Caesar dressing I've ever had. I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok or something. It is so unfortunate that I can't order a Caesar salad at a restaurant. I'm so close to just bringing this with me to put on my salads at restaurants because a lot of dressings do have dairy in them. So this is a fantastic alternative. Same thing with pesto. If you didn't know, pesto has cheese in it. It has heavy cream and it has Parmesan. And this one I got specifically at Whole Foods because I was there shopping. But vegan pesto you can kind of find anywhere. There's a bunch of different brands, but I will say it is easiest to find at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. You can also make your own. There's lots of recipes online. This is a little bit more pricey also. It's like $11 for the jar, but pesto, at least I normally just use like a little bit. So this lasts me a long time. Definitely worth the purchase. And it stays better longer than if you make it fresh. So this is a great vegan pesto alternative. Next up, for my inner child, I have coconut topping whipped cream. I love putting whipped cream on strawberries, on drinks, on desserts, and this is a great one. My dogs also love it, so if you want to give your dog a pep cup, this is a great one. Found this at Trader Joe's, but I have seen it at like Target and Publix. The brand is called Sweet Rose. There's a bunch of different brands, so just look for coconut whipped topping. And next I have good old almond milk. This is from Trader Joe's because like I said, I went on a shopping trip there and picked up all the things I could find. I like almond milk for pretty much everything. I like oat milk in my coffee, but almond milk I like to cook with. I like almond milk to bake with, put it in cereal. And I like this one specifically because it is not watery. I like this or the Silk brand. The Silk brand is definitely easier to find than the Trader Joe's brands because like I said, Trader Joe's is only in Trader Joe's. But this is called the non-dairy almond beverage, and this is the unsweetened flavor. It also comes in vanilla or chocolate. And I like this one because it is nice and creamy and not so watery like some other almond milk is. Another almond milk product that I have is my favorite, I think, of everything out of this list, is the Silk almond milk coffee creamer in the sweet cream flavor. I'm a big coffee drinker, and this to me is like the best regardless if you are non-dairy or not. Really creamy. You don't need a lot of it. It's like just enough sweetness. And it is gluten-free and dairy-free, and the ingredients are minimal, which I like. And you can find this in a lot of places. They do have other flavors such as like vanilla and caramel, but this one is my favorite, and I will say this one does sell out the fastest because I think it's everybody's favorite. I put a little bit of my coffee every morning, and it is one of my favorite things ever. Okay, next up we've got all like the gluten-free baking and bread and pasta items. So again, Trader Joe's. This you can also find at any grocery store, not the Trader Joe's brand, but any general brand like Pillsbury. When I am baking, I find that when I look up gluten-free, they list things like almond flour or rice flour and stuff like that. And I think that that's just too gritty for me. I don't really like it. When I bake with it, I feel like everything I bake just kind of like falls apart. So I try to always go with gluten-free all-purpose flour, which is a staple for me. And I just picked this one up at Trader Joe's. Really easy to find everywhere. And this to me holds the same consistency as flour, like most similar. Still a little bit different because it doesn't rise the same. But this is my favorite for baking. Okay, down to the final three items. We have breads. So this again, Trader Joe's. This is definitely one of my favorite gluten-free bread alternatives. They are gluten-free English muffins. You can find them in the bread section at Trader Joe's, and they come in packs of 4. I usually buy 2 at a time because they are my favorite. They toast really nicely. I love English muffins, make sandwiches with them, breakfast sandwiches, put peanut butter on them. They're really good. And when you bake them, and I would always recommend like toasting gluten-free bread, they taste very similar to English muffins that are not gluten-free. So that's a big bonus. And last but not least, we have gluten-free pasta. This brand is Berea. It is like the most common brand that you can find in a grocery store, which is why I picked this one out. But I bought this one also because when you're looking for gluten-free pasta, I normally look for gluten-free pasta that is made with rice and corn or just rice. Brown rice pasta is specifically my favorite because I've gone through the phase of like, oh, I'm gonna be so healthy and I'm gonna eat chickpea pasta, and chickpea pasta tastes like crap. So I went with this. I have had this pasta. My family loves this pasta. Even they say it doesn't taste like it's gluten-free, because I find with anything that's not rice pasta that's gluten-free, it is dry and crumbly and doesn't hold flavor, and that's why I chose this one. And Berea is a great brand, and I love to see that they are expanding their horizons by providing gluten-free pasta, because it's definitely a favorite of mine, for sure. Oh, the cheese fell down. Okay, well, I'm just gonna push this mess to the side. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any other questions on dairy-free or gluten-free alternatives, please let me know. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.